A very familiar face to NFL fans will not be participating in the NFL Draft festivities next weekend. Even though an alleged incident involving former Dallas Cowboy and Hall of Famer Michael Irvin happened nearly 3 months ago, the league has yet to lift his suspension. On February 5th, 1 week before the Super Bowl, Michael Irvin was returning from having dinner and a few drinks in Phoenix, Arizona, with a former Cowboys teammate, safety Michael Brooks, when the alleged incident occurred at a Marriott hotel in the area. According to Irvin, he met and briefly chatted with a female Marriott employee for about 45 seconds about his broadcasting career, shook the woman's hand, and briefly touched her arm before the two went their separate ways. Very soon after the encounter, the unidentified female employee accused Irvin of sexual harassment. After word got out, Irvin was suspended from his various shows he normally appears on as a broadcaster, which led to him filing a defamation lawsuit worth $100 million on February 9th. The following day, Marriott not only responded to his lawsuit in a legal filing, but the international hotel chain also took the side of his accuser. A quote from the filing by Marriott reads, "Irvin also reached out and touched the victim's arm during this conversation without her consent, causing her to step back, becoming visibly uncomfortable." The statement then continues, alleging that Michael Irvin made an extremely inappropriate and lewd sexual remark to the employee that we cannot air here due to its graphic nature. After Marriott chose to make their statement and back the accuser, the battle between Michael Irvin and the Marriott hotel chain escalated to a new level. The war was on. Irvin and his legal team demanded the surveillance video in order to prove his innocence and clear his name. The hotel refused to give up the surveillance video and other items related to the case, even after a judge ordered them to do so by February 20th. While Irvin waited to receive the surveillance video, Marriott issued another statement which read in part, "Plaintiff hopes to obtain the footage so that he can fashion a narrative, feed his propaganda machine, and improperly invite potential jurors to prejudge this matter in his favor," Marriott said in the legal papers. The assertion is smoke without fire. For his side of the story, Irvin compared the whole situation to a modern-day lynching at a press conference with his legal team on March 8, saying, "This sickens me, because in this great country, this takes me back to a time where a white woman would accuse a black man of something, and they would take a bunch of guys that were above the law, run into the barn, put a rope around his foot, and drag him through the mud and hang him by the tree." Michael Irvin and his legal team eventually received the video on March 10th and went public with it on March 14th. The video has no sound but records the interaction between Michael Irvin and the unnamed female Marriott employee. Sexual harassment is a very serious accusation in today's society and should never be taken lightly. But it is extremely hard to tell from the video if anything inappropriate happened between Irvin and the employee. The statement from Marriott's March 10 filing in response to Michael Irvin's $100 million lawsuit alleges that he made unwanted advances towards the woman, and she backed up uncomfortably in response to those advances. However, the only time the employee seems to back up in the video is near the end of the 45-second encounter between her and Irvin, and he does not seem to be making any advances in her direction. Almost 5 weeks after the video went public, this incident is still unresolved, leaving the truth of the matter in doubt, and Irvin still serving an indefinite suspension with no end in sight. Michael Irvin's most notable role is as an NFL Network broadcast team member. He often interviews the league's newest members during the NFL Draft about their experience of being chosen by a team and their road to the big day. But for now, that role is scheduled to be filled by Sunday Night Football's Melissa Stark once the draft kicks off on April 27 in Kansas City. As for the legal proceedings surrounding this incident, those are still ongoing. Irvin's defense attorney, Levi McCatherine, remains hard at work as he attempts to do everything in his power to exonerate his client and help him clear his name. Not only is McCatherine angry about the nature of the accusations against his client, but he is also angry about the amount of money Michael Irvin has lost from the missed television appearances as a result of the controversy surrounding the incident. McCatherine didn't mince words when he was asked what he thought of the situation Michael Irvin was in. He made his opinion plainly known on the situation when interviewed by Dallas's Fox affiliate Channel 4. "The allegations are nonsense, and we immediately need to get Michael back to work, and we need Renaissance to apologize to him. It's unknown if or when Irvin will resume his broadcasting duties, but no matter what the outcome ends up being, this has been one of the most talked about and highly controversial NFL stories discussed in recent years. It's a story that everyone is bound to have an opinion on. What do you think? Is Michael Irvin guilty of what he's being accused of? Is he being treated unfairly? Sound off in the comments.